prenez une place partout à travers le dojo. Make sure that you have enough space. Do or begin by doing is simply shoulder awareness. I will recommend that you sit in a seiza position, which is the kneeling position. For this, make sure that you're comfortable. Okay, parce qu'on va rester ici pour un petit. So please feel free to take. You can take cushions to sort of hype yourself up. You can also, if this is not a good position for you, you can also use cross legs with the cushions. But make sure that you're comfortable, okay? Because the work that we need to do, you need to be comfortable and feel stable in this position. Good? All right.
Just cross.
Vous pouvez vous rapprocher un peu, hein? Je comprends que la caméra est là, mais you can come. I feel. Alors, les premiers exercices qu'on va faire, c'est ce qu'on appelle le bench press. Alors, dans la position de César, and of course, you can always change your positions. What's important is that you use the height to help your sitting position. Good? Alors, de cette position-ci, maintenant, on veut garder le bâton en avant. What I realize a lot is that people have difficulty just moving the shoulder and isolating the motion. So we're going to start by working on that before we go on to the more pressing types of motions. Alors, dans cette position-ci, on va faire ce qu'on appelle la protraction. So protraction, I want to pull my shoulder blades, round them against the back. Retraction, I exhale, I bring the shoulder blades together, and I contract them. Exactly. So inhale, protraction. Round those shoulder blades, stretch it out, and exhale, bring it back in. This motion is extremely important because when we do push-ups, planks, any type of work where it requires shoulder stability, or yoga push-ups like we will be doing in a few moments, we need to have that awareness of where the shoulder blades are. Good. Alors maintenant, ce qu'on veut faire, c'est qu'on veut isoler les omoplates. So now, instead of actually pulling from the arms, which we will do in a few moments just to feel the difference, now we just want to work onto the shoulders. Alors on va juste travailler sur les épaules ici, les omoplates. Alors on fait juste la rétraction, mais imaginez, donc gardez votre bâton, imaginez que vous tirez seulement par les omoplates. So it's only the shoulder blades that are pulling together and only the shoulder blades that are rounding. But I'm not pulling with the arms. I want to isolate the motion from the shoulder blades. Alors les bras bougent à peine, the arms barely move. But I want to make sure that I see that the shoulder blades come together. And of course, all of our structures are different, so everyone will work differently. Now, we're going to just pull from the arms, just so that you get a sense in the difference. We want to pull the humeruses out of the shoulder sockets. And what we want to see is that when we do that, pulling out the shoulder sockets, it makes our arms weaker. Alors, à partir du moment où mes bras sont à l'extérieur, où mes humerus sont à l'extérieur de mes épaules, ça fait que c'est beaucoup plus facile de me faire descendre les bras, puis c'est beaucoup plus difficile de maintenir ma structure, because all of my muscles are being pulled here. So I want to make sure that I'm in a good neutral position. So now start finding where you would be in a neutral position. Exactly. Alors, on va arriver à un point où les omoplates sont droites sur la cage thoracique. And now, oftentimes when we do this kind of work, we tend to not move the sternum. Alors, le sternum, c'est un des endroits dans le corps qui est le plus tendu. So what we want to do now is push the sternum forward and then push it back. Alors, gardez le bâton. I want to feel that I'm pushing from the sternum and pushing it back. But it's not the shoulders doing the work, because when we do that, we are kind of not working the sternum. Alors, ce qu'on veut s'assurer, c'est que c'est vraiment le sternum qui travaille. Trop souvent, on fait travailler les épaules, puis on pense que c'est le sternum. So oftentimes we're working we think we're working the sternum, but actually, in effect, we're actually just moving the shoulders. So make sure that you feel the difference between the two. Exactly. And from here now, we're just going to do rotations of the sternum. Alors, le sternum, c'est un des endroits où il y a le plus de tension. C'est l'endroit où, évidemment, la cage thoracique, so this is where the ribs hook onto the sternum. It is not a mobile bone, and therefore it can have a lot of impact and a lot of tension. In our rolls, or whatever type of throws that we're doing, whatever type of training that we're doing, the looser our sternum, the easier we can move, and the more flow we have. So it's important to be able to have mobility here in the sternum. So forward. Good. Alors maintenant, même travail, mais on va avoir les bras maintenant vers le plafond. Military press. Alors commencez à observer, start seeing the difference between when the wrists are broken like this, or when you have a bit of a 45-degree angle towards the outside. So 45-degree angle means that you won't have your hand fully grabbing the stick, whereas breaking the wrist, your hands are completely onto the stick. It's just different positionings, not good or bad, it depends on the work that you're going to be doing. But now if we want to have good strong wrists, then I'm going to ask you that you actually bring the first two knuckles towards the outside, and as you're doing this now we're going to pull. But when you're going to pull, make sure that you're not having rounded shoulder blades nor retracted shoulder blades, but try to find a position where it's nice and stable. And when you're in that position, the core has to be engaged. Alors dans cette position-ci, maintenant on pousse puis on tire vers l'extérieur, puis on s'assure toujours d'avoir cette motion-là du poignet à 45 degrés. Much harder, and this is where we need to have the abs nice and strong. Keep breathing. On inspire par le nez et on expire par la bouche. Good. Alors de cette position-ci, maintenant on continue à tirer sur le bâton, puis on va l'amener en arrière. Fait que là, de toute évidence, les omoplates vont venir l'une vers l'autre, but now we want to shake it. It's opening the chest, opening the sternum. We do a lot of work for the chest, and oftentimes it's very, very tense, so we want to be able to bring relaxation. Pull, 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 pull. And now we're going to make it dynamic. We're going to pull back, nice and slow, but keep on pulling, toujours en respirant bien, puis toujours en essayant de maintenir le 45. And then we're going to come back, and we're going to pull forward. Always maintaining that shoulder stability, always maintaining core strength. Good. Alors, on revient, on inspire, relâchez. Just that should feel a relaxation in the body, more motion into the body. Alors, on va juste poursuivre avec un peu d'étirement. Donc ici, l'état des poignets n'est pas aussi important. On va juste prendre le bâton maintenant, puis on va tirer vers le côté. So switch it out. But make sure that it's not just that you're rounding the body, which is fine. What we want is to actually have the body to the point where we can stay in that position and now use the lower arm to pull the other arm. Nice deep stretch. Remember to breathe. On inspire par le nez et on expire par la bouche. On inspire, on remonte. Puis on expire, on descend de l'autre côté. Alors, encore une fois, make sure that you're not losing balance. You want to go to the side where you're strong and your core is engaged. Puis on tire avec l'autre main. Et on inspire, on remonte. Alors, il y a toujours une contraction. There's always motion and there's always flow. Good. Alors, d'ici maintenant, on inspire, on monte le bâton. On lève le corps. Fait que you're going to need to remove yourselves from your pillows or cushions or pads that you're using. And we want to stretch it out here. So now we're stretching more on the side of the body. Sciatic nerve, and now we inhale, take it in, exhale, take it down. Alors continue à toujours faire le travail. So even if it's micromillimeters of work, we want to make sure that we're still working and there's still contraction and there's a balance between contraction and relaxation. Good. Et maintenant d'ici, on va faire des cercles complets. So now you can open up the knees a little bit more. We want to do full rotations. Toujours en inspirant bien, puis en expirant par la bouche. And we switch directions. Good. Et là maintenant, on va faire des rotations, mais au niveau du torse. So I'm keeping the stick high. Try to keep an awareness of how your fists are positioned. Donc, essayez de garder une présence quant à au positionnement des poignets, puis on fait juste faire une rotation. So this is important. You really want to feel good rotation here. Bien, puis on revient au centre. Et de cette position-ci, maintenant, on va terminer avec des rotations au niveau des épaules. So making sure that we do deep rotations up and then back. feeling the protraction as we rotate forward, bring it up, exhale, bring it down. It is the same principle as when we do sistema punching or sistema striking, where we load, unload. That wave that we want to see, this is what we're looking for. And switch directions. Alors, everything that we do in combat sistema is not only question of combat training, it is also about health. So everything that we're doing today is a complement to the combat training that we're doing. And relax. Good.